Hey guys, Craig here. Welcome back to the channel. And today it's time for our special announcement. Big channel announcement, guys. So I got myself a tractor. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Out here doing some more cutting and felling, getting ready for the cold winter months here. Now, we're just getting ready. Firewood, just getting more. Got my buddy Josh helping me today. About to drop another tree, so get some footage of this for you. Stay tuned. Goal's gonna be to get it to land right on the trail here. May get caught up towards the end. Starting to go. Timber! Oh! Boom. Woohoo! All right, so there it is, the Kioti CK 3510, 35 horsepower compact tractor. I purchased this guy from Moore's, about an hour away from me, upstate New York. They're a preferred, I think they call it a four-paw dealer, so one of the preferred Kioti dealers. Dropped this guy off to me about 15-20 minutes ago. Already got added on it here. I'll show you. Has the third function valve already installed and run for my grapple, which hopefully will come next week. I got a call from I believe it was MTL is the company that makes it out of Georgia, the grapple, and they are sending it up. They shipped it out yesterday, so it's coming freight. So I'm not sure how long that will be till it actually shows up. I'm hoping early next week, Monday, Tuesday. Today, actually, I bought from Titan's Attachments. They have a digging stump. They call it stump root attachment. It's kind of like a spade shovel almost. So it replaces the bucket, and it's more like a V. It's made to cut roots. So at some point, once I clear out the back, I want to try and see if I can dig out some of the stumps. I'll probably do a review on it as well. I want to see if I can pull out some of the little stumps without really beating the crap out of the tractor. I mean, I'm sure it's possible to do. Just, you know, if it's going to take me 45 minutes to dig one little stump out and really hammer and beat the crap out of the machine, then it's probably not worth doing for me. I'll probably end up either going to a different method or trying to pull them out with chains or something else other than digging them out. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna take this guy out for a little test drive around back and see how she drives. What's good, YouTube? What's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in with us today. So a little bit of an update of how things are going now that we got the new tractor. This thing has been a godsend. That's kind of part of the reason why I was holding off on doing some stuff until we got it, but I can kind of show you around the property real quick with an update. So over here where I'm standing now, I cleared out a pretty good size chunk. This is going to be the stacking section. So just a spoiler alert, my grapple for the tractor comes this week as well. So as soon as that comes, pretty much all this brush I'll pick up with the grapple, and up where we originally cut up on this hill, there's a bunch of stumps and it's pretty wide open now. So I'm going to turn that into kind of a burning area for all the brush and stuff from trees that we've cut up so far, just to, you know, again, clean up the property, because it is my backyard and I don't want to look like crap. So I'm gonna burn a lot of that stuff. And then so we started moving the wood, as you can see here. So I got probably about 1.5 cord stack. So the back, I mean, that's 24 feet long. So, and in that back, I have a tape measure actually out here just so I can keep a you know, an eye on it. And so that's 4 feet tall, 24 feet long. So that's 1 cord, and then this is about the 2nd cord. And I actually have to go to my main job today, so we're stopping to eat lunch here, and then I'm gonna relax for an hour, and then I got about a 3-hour drive. I start at around 4. And then back here I have 2 pallets again, so 8 feet. I didn't do the crisscross, so this was the first, that big oak tree, part of, you know, basically the first, I'd say almost first cord. So you got 8 feet here, it's 4 foot tall. Granted, it's a little teepeed. And then majority of this wood right here on the front, probably half of this front cord is that oak tree. And the problem was, when we first started cutting, I kind of was thinking it in the back of my mind, but I had a couple buddies helping me, so they didn't really cut this stuff to firewood length, 16 inches. So some of these chunks are 24 inches, you know, maybe slightly bigger, slightly smaller, you know, 19, 20 inches. So it's all odds and ends shape. So I kind of stuck them all on this pallet. And then there's even some, this is smaller stuff that was cut that is like 12 inches. And I'll end up burning this in my outdoor fire pit, so I'm setting that stuff aside. But this stuff I'll probably keep next year. If I can find a customer that, you know, is burning for like an outdoor fire pit or something and doesn't mind some larger logs, I might sell that kind of at a slightly discounted rate, or just a smaller quantity to people. And then so kind of lining everything up here, so I moved the splitter back here, and as you can see, there's quite a bit of space in between. And the idea is the splitter, and then there's all the rounds. So this is all the rounds. The other pile of rounds I moved down here yesterday. And then the trees that used to be here, if you watch any of my other videos, you know, there was some trees cut up through here. All those rounds are also stacked in here. So now the idea is, when I cut something back, you know, cut a tree back here, once the grapple's in, I'll cut it to length, like 6 foot length, grapple it, pull it out of the woods, either stack them here or cut it right here into rounds and go back and get more. So this way I'm not breaking my back doing things multiple times, touching the same piece of wood multiple times. So then once they're stacked up here, I can split it. And then just to make it easy, I probably will still use the tractor, and so I'll split right into the loader of the tractor, bring it over to where I'm gonna be stacking, and, you know, make a pile. So I'm gonna, once I get this brush out, I'm gonna make a row of pallets, probably going up the hill. And I'm trying to, I'm gonna try and stack it in a way that I can still get in here. So I think, right where I am right now, I think I can get another row of pallets in there. So I'll have 4 cord here, and then if I go kind of up the hill, or I could go back down this side, I think most of the wood I can get stacked right in this section. And then in other updates, so I did move all that oak if I walk around. So, that's all oak. And then, as I said, the first probably half of that cord is all oak. So pretty close, that pile that was down was pretty close to a cord of wood. I'm pretty sure I definitely will have at least a cord out of it, because I still have probably 7 or 8 big rounds like this guy that are in this pile. There's another one. Some of them, this last group that I dumped, these were actually in that pile of split wood that got kind of buried. So after all that is said and done, I think that pile is going to be pretty close to a cord, which I'm happy to hear and see, because that means my guesstimate of how much wood I had is probably fairly accurate. So started moving, for some of the wood, this pile, again, that pile of rounds there used to be a pile here that's now gone. So, and you can see, this pile's still decent sized pile. So I'm hoping I get 5 or 6 cords out of this pile, and then that pile of rounds, you can see from here, it's pretty big. So, another 2 or 3 out of that, which will put me, just over 10. And then I'll continue cutting probably for the next couple weeks, and hopefully end up with, around 15 cords, which to me will be pretty good. So I cleaned up a lot of the property. Tractor, here's a stump, used to be right here that I pulled out. I pulled a couple stumps out, and I think I teased, maybe not, but I have the stump attachment. Down here is mostly cleaned out. I got a couple pieces I need to pick up, but I'm going to come through once I have the grapple, move all this brush. This is older oak that's been down, and really can't do anything with it because it's pretty rotted. Same with all these oak trees that are down on the ground. It's hard wood, so it takes forever for them to rot out. But I'll clean this stuff up, and again, throw it in the pile that I'm going to make over here, and we'll burn a lot of this stuff. So I'm guessing probably maybe by end of next weekend, depending on weather, I think I'll have all of this stacked, or at least as much as I can with the pallets I have, because I only have enough pallets probably to do 2 more runs, so 4 cord. So after that, I think I'll have to get some more pallets. I'll talk to one of my buddies, but at that point I'll pretty much be out of that split pile should be gone and moved, and then it will just be down to rounds, which I can hold off splitting that stuff for a little while and until I get some pallets. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is, like I said, just a quick update of how things are going. But the tractor here, definitely a big help. One thing I am going to get for the Kioti is going to be the floor mat. Yesterday it was raining a little bit off and on, and it definitely got slick, and I can already see already from just rocks and stuff in my boots that, flip it around, that's getting scratched up, and I'm just want it to last and look good. So I'll probably hose this off maybe tomorrow, and then I'll order that up and install it. The other thing I got to do too is part of tomorrow, which I'll probably do as well, is, I don't know, Post in the comments below what you think. The shed, I think I talked about this before too, is the shed. I really don't want to leave this thing outside. I don't really want to buy one of those cheapo pop-up tent carport things, because I've had friends, family that use them, and one, they don't look that great, and two, they don't last too long. At least up here in the Northeast, you get a couple years out of them before the snow and wind and stuff, they start to dry rot and rip apart. And so it's like, I'd rather park it in the shed. I'm just worried with all the weight. So to park it, I would drop the bucket, but I would probably leave the loader arms on. So it's gonna be over 3,000 pounds. And while my side-by-side's about half of that and has no issues, I just am worried that, you know, with double the weight, that I'm sure I could park it in there temporarily, just long term, if it's sitting there for over the whole winter. You know, is it going to warp the floors? Is it going to end up cracking the support beams underneath it? I don't know. Or are those going to start to bow? So, you know, 2-3 years down the road, my whole floor is going to be like a U shape, and you know, at that point, it's going to be almost impossible to repair and fix, because it's not only will the plywood be warped, but you know, the actual beams themselves are going to be warped or broke, and I don't know. So it's something I'm toying with, and I may even think about strengthening up the floor where it's going to sit, either by setting another section of like 3/4 inch plywood down, or even doing something a little beefier and doing almost like planks across, and that way it'll be a little bit more sturdy, like actually just plank 2x4s across it, and lay them across for say 10 feet, or roughly whatever the width of the tires is. I think is like 84 inches, maybe something like that. Sounds familiar? So post in the comments below if you have any experience with that. Online, searching around, there's really not too much that I've read. It's kind of hit or miss. You know, some people, oh yeah, you should pour concrete. Other people, I've seen a couple other people say that they're going to do it or do it, but I haven't seen somebody that did it and then like had a YouTube channel or something and post it like a year later and said, oh yeah, look, the floor's fine, no issues. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, because it's not a matter of parking it in, and I know I can park this thing in the shed. It's just long term, is it going to be okay for the shed? Because I'd hate to kind of destroy it, because it is a nice work area for me, and at least for the business side of things, firewood business, I think I'm going to be basically taking it over and using the whole thing, besides just some odd and end tools that I store there. But you know, I got to work on this once in a while, and the chainsaw. So from a business perspective, basically that shed is now part of the business too. So stay tuned for more content as I update you guys and do some more videos. I'll probably do a couple videos on the attachments, the grapple, and then the stump attachment too. I wanted to the other day. I dug those stumps out, but I just didn't have the time, and it was raining, and I was trying to get as much done as I could yesterday and pretty much today. So I was trying not to stop and make videos, so that way I could kind of maximize. I got at least as far as I wanted to. I wanted to move the rounds, the splitters, that one pile of oak, and then I wanted to, have the pallets ready to stack, and obviously we did that and started stacking, so that was good. But again, make sure to subscribe, stay up to date on more content like this and new videos that come out, and like the video, and I appreciate your support, guys, and I will see you again. Thank you. And just a little teaser for some future content that will come out probably next couple weeks. This is the Titan stump bucket attachment for the Kioti.